Hi, I'm Henry Kirkcaldy.
I'm Louis Singer.
I'm Nicholas Grimshed.
And I'm Anthony Payne. And today we're going to talk about interior finishes. There's more to interior finishes than meets the eye. Behind their simple surfaces lie the assembles of materials carefully chosen and combined to meet specific purposes.
And where better to explore interior finishes than Menards?
Let's start off by talking about drywall. Drywall is also known as plasterboard, wallboard, gypsum panel, sheetrock, or gypsum board. It is a panel made of calcium sulfur dihydrate, with or without additives pressed between facer and backer. It is used to make interior wall ceilings. It is the most commonly used interior finishing in the United States because it's both cost effective and easy to hang. You have all types of drywall. Right here is fire resistant drywall. Then right here you have drywall that is meant to be moisture resistant. And then right here you just have normal drywall for basements or lightweight gypsum board for upstairs. Fun fact, the first plasterboard plant was opened in the UK in 1888 in Rochester, Kent. The sheets were 36 by 36 and a ¼ inch thick. Alright, let's talk about the process of installing drywall. Once your drywall is screwed onto the wall with screw holes around 9 inches apart, you mud and tape the joints. This is actually a mold resistant mud, and you use tape along the joints, and you come and use the mud to flatten the surface. This right here is corner bead. There's plastic corner bead for the ceiling and metal corner bead for walls. It's a little harder and can handle up to more wear and tear in the house. And the combination of this creates a wall that is ready for the painters to finish. Once you've finished taping and texturing and smoothing down the wall, you can finish it with a variety of paint options. As you can see, stores like Menards have all different paint colors to choose from, and finishes such as glossy, matte, and flat create different textures and different appearances when light hits the wall.
The next interior finishing method we're going to discuss is rendering and plastering. Rendering involves mixing a pre-mixed layer of sand and cement and applying it to bricks, cement, or stone. Rendering is typically used in Southern Europe or the Southwest American region. First, I'm going to describe the materials involved. It's done in two coats, the undercoat and finishing coat. Typically, the undercoat is mixed 1 to 3 cement to sand, and the finishing coat is mixed 1 to 4 cement to sand, although this may vary depending on the type of finish you desire. Overall, rendering improves waterproofing, fire rating, and appearance, depending on the use and textures involved. This is an example of the concrete mix that could be used. This is the example of a sand mix that could be used. Next, I'm going to talk about the construction process. It starts with preparing the surface to render. The surface needs to be clean of dirt, dust, or anything that would interfere with the first coat. If the material you are applying the render to is highly absorbent, you need to put a dash coat on it first. Basically, a dash coat is a very strong mix of cement and water applied to the wall that creates a surface for the undercoat to stick to. If the material you're applying the coat to is high absorbent, such as sandstone, it needs to be soaked before you can apply to prevent water loss. Also, if the material you're applying to is low absorbent, a dash coat needs to be applied. A dash coat is simply a strong mix of cement and water that provides the undercoat something to stick to. Next, it's time to mix your render. The ratio will depend on the material you're applying it to and your desired finish. It's a good idea to combine all dry materials until the color is uniform. Then add small amounts of water while continually mixing the render. After the render becomes soft and putty-like, you can move to the application process. First, apply the undercoat in an evenly thick layer over the wall using cement or plaster trowel. After the initial coat is dry, it's common practice to scour the layer in order for the finishing coat to have something to bond to. The finishing coat can be applied in several ways depending on which method you want to use and what you want the finish to look like. This includes a flat trowel finish, pattern finishes, sponge finishes, textured finishes using coarse aggregate, and rough cast finishes where the final coat is flicked onto the wall and left as is. There are several advantages to the interior finish of rendering. These include the affordable price, the very few supplies needed, it's long lasting, and it's very easy to do. There's also a major disadvantage that during high temperature changes, it tends to crack. That's why we can't use it in North Dakota.
Alright, so I'm going to talk about wall paneling. Wall paneling was originally made for stone walls, making them a little more insulated. So they put up wood over the stones and then make it warmer. So here we got the new future stuff with got bathrooms and bathroom finishes and whatnot. We got the decorative ones as you come down, varying all different types. Then we have, as you come farther down, it's more of different types of bricks you can see and whatnot. And then jumps to wood. Alright, so in here we have like more of 60 styles wood grain, and then still kind of ugly. And then they slowly start to come out with better looking stuff. Really like this one right here. Pretty cute. Well, yeah, so it's definitely coming a lot farther since the 1960s, or even back in the day, or the 16th century is when they came out with it. But now it's really affordable, and now they have even more like stucco or textured drywall type look.
So next I'll talk about ceiling finishes. There's many types of ceiling finishes. First I'll talk about acoustic tiling. So this form is more used in commercial construction. You hang, from the ceiling you hang different runners with little ties to the ceiling, and they just clip together like so. And then in these grids you hang the actual acoustic tiling, and it just falls right down into place inside the grid. So, with ceiling finishes, just like walls, you can use drywall to finish your ceiling. Instead of hanging on the side of your lift, you can with a partner or use a drywall lift the drywall up to the ceiling and screw it in to all the joists, and then use mud and tape to finish the seams and make a flat surface. So after you hang your drywall, you can also use plaster as a finish to make many different designs, such as like a popcorn look or different wavy lines. Alright, so after you hang your drywall on the ceiling, there's many different options you can finish with. But one of them are ceiling panels, and they come in many different manufactured designs. You just put them up on the ceiling, line them up, and then screw them in place.
Yep.
Another type of ceiling finish is just exposed metal framing, where they leave the joists exposed with all the plumbing and electrical and light fixtures just hanging from the ceiling.
My name's Anthony Bang.
I'm Louis Singer. I'm Nick Kermscheid. And I'm Henrik Riccardi. As you can see, interior finishing is a very important part of the construction process, and I hope you learned a little something about it. Thank you.